If you're thinking about moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, then you're probably interested in learning about the neighboring suburbs. I get calls and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to the Charlotte area. So, whether you're thinking about moving in a month or a year, be sure to reach out. I'd love to help you start your journey to Charlotte. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 suburbs to move to in the Charlotte area. I pulled these from the website niche.com. They have a list of the 2021 best suburbs to live in the Charlotte area. And of course, the number goes way beyond 5, but I'm just going to talk about the top 5 in this video. So looking at this list, and I brought it over to the map, the number one suburb to move to in Charlotte is Davidson. And if you follow my channel, you may remember I did a video on Davidson. So you can definitely click that link if you'd like to see more information about Davidson as a whole. But in this video, we're just going to talk about a couple of the highlights in Davidson and what you could look forward to if you were moving here. So the first thing I want to mention is that, of course, Davidson is right on Lake Norman. So in the Charlotte area, we have Lake Norman to the north, and we also have Lake Wylie to the south. And those are the two big lakes in the Charlotte area. And Lake Norman is extremely popular. Lots of people want to move there. Lots of people want to live near Lake Norman. And you can see why if you've ever been there. So Davidson is right by Lake Norman. It's very close. In fact, they have lots of shops dedicated to Lake Norman merch. So you might really get a kick out of those little shops on Main Street. And that's one of the best things in Davidson is going on Main Street. There's a really old-fashioned vibe to this city that I think you will love. And the downtown area just really pulls it all together and makes you feel like you're in a movie, like you're in an old-fashioned movie. First of all, a lot of people in Davidson do not have mailboxes. They actually go to the post office in Davidson to get their mail. It's not something you see in very many places, but the post office is right on Main Street for you, and it's kind of a meeting spot. There's also a really cute soda shop. Let me just pull over a picture for you. There's the soda shop on Main Street, and I think you would really love it here. It's so adorable. All right, just some pictures for you to see on that. Another thing in Davidson that you are going to love is Davidson College. So if you're not familiar, there is a pretty famous basketball player that graduated from Davidson College, and he played basketball. He was a Wildcat. And that guy is Steph Curry. So be sure to check out my Davidson video if you want to see more information on Davidson College. But this is a really cool place, a really great feature. And honestly, funny enough, it is right at downtown. So here's Main Street and here's Davidson College. So it's a very interesting setup, really unique. And I think you're going to love it if you haven't been there. The other thing I want to mention is Davidson Farmers Market. They have a year-round farmers market that is available to you, and people just love it so much. So if you're visiting the Davidson area, be sure to check that out. All right, before we move on to number 2, I do want to share with you a little bit about the real estate market, just a little bit. I want to show you that, of course, our most recent data was December 2021. And at that time, the median sale price in Davidson was $500,000. So just keep that in mind as you are thinking about moving there. Let's take a small look at how they came up with their grade and made Davidson the number 1 suburb in Charlotte. So they gave it an A+ overall grade based on public schools, housing, good for families, crime and safety, nightlife, and diversity. And you can definitely check out the full report card to see more information. But I just really wanted to point out a couple things about Davidson. First of all, I want to mention that the median household income is $124,000. And I also want to point out that you can check out this website and look at some reviews from people who have lived there or maybe currently live there. So be sure to check that out. We're going to move on to number 2, which is Tega Cay. Now, Tega Cay is actually in South Carolina, but if we zoom out a little, you can see. Let's zoom out. I always go the wrong way. Okay, so Tega Cay is right past the border. If you see North Carolina, South Carolina border is oddly shaped a little bit. And here you have Lake Wylie, and Tega Cay is right there on Lake Wylie. So as you can tell, lakes play a big part in the top 5 favorite places to live in the Charlotte area, because really all 5 of them are relatively close. The furthest one away is Marvin, and it's not really that far at all from Lake Wylie. So apparently lakes play a big part in being a good place to live in the Charlotte area. So in Tega Cay, this is kind of, a lot of people kind of clump it together with Fort Mill. And actually another one we're going to mention later is Riverview. That's also in the Fort Mill area. So we have these very close spots here. So Tega Cay is here and Riverview is here. They're practically a stone's throw away from each other, but they both made it onto the top 5. So let's just take a quick look at what Tega Cay has to offer. There is the Tega Cay Golf Club. So I'm going to pull that over for you to see. There's a golf club here in Tega Cay that you would enjoy. If you are a golfer, this would be a great place for you. Another one, this one is actually not in Tega Cay, the zip line, but it is in Rock Hill, which is very close. You can see from the map, not far at all, still right on Lake Wylie. But the zip line canopy tours are a huge favorite for people who are in the Tega Cay area. If you are not afraid of heights, or if you are okay with laughing in the face of danger, if you want to face your fears and go zip lining, this is a really cool place to check out. I'm a little afraid of zip lining, but I think if you go, you should definitely put it in the comments below and tell me that you enjoyed it. And then the last thing, this one made it on, I looked up the top things to do in Tega Cay, and Mr. Putty's Fun Park made it onto the list. So be sure that if you are thinking about visiting Tega Cay, you do make it a point to check out Mr. Putty's. I think you'll enjoy it. All right, so let's jump into check out the stats for Tega Cay. And their median sale price in, again, December 2021 was $397,500. Let's take a quick peek into how niche.com came up with their score and gave Tega Cay number 2 in the best places to live in the Charlotte area. So Tega Cay also got an A+ score based on those same factors. And do check out the full report card if you're interested in moving to Tega Cay. You might really want to know more about it. And I would definitely recommend, if you are thinking about moving here, check out the reviews. This website has reviews from people who've lived there or people who currently live there. You might really be interested. So the population in Tega Cay is just a little bit lower than Davidson with 10,412 people. And I did want to just point out their median household income here is $130,918. All right, so do take a look at this for more information, and we are going to move on to number 3. All right, moving on to number 3, Cornelius. We are back up to Lake Norman now and very close to Davidson. So if we look at our locations here, Cornelius and Davidson are extremely close to each other, both right on Lake Norman for you. Again, being on the lake is a huge benefit if you want to live in the Charlotte area. We're going to look at a couple things in Cornelius that you might really like. First of all, Jetton Park. So Jetton Park, let's go ahead and pull over a picture for you. This is a phenomenal park. It's right on Lake Norman. It's a lakeside park. I think it's 104 acres. So you'll really love this park here in Cornelius. Let's take a look at a couple pictures. It's beautiful. They have tennis courts. They have a beach. And they also have picnic areas. So you'll definitely enjoy a day at Lake Norman at Jetton Park. The Oak Street Mill Antiques. Oh my goodness, look at this. So go antiquing at Oak Street Mill Antique Store. Who wouldn't love to take some time out of their day and go check that store out? And then, of course, the Port City Club. This is a really cool restaurant. Has a beautiful patio. They do have it year-round that you can eat out here, so they have it heated in the winter. And this is a hot spot, a favorite restaurant in the Cornelius area. So if you're in the area, be sure to check that out as well. All right, so let's pop over to our stats and find out about Cornelius. The median sale price in December 2021, $398, an increase of 18.8% over the last year. So as you can see, the graph is really showing that sharp increase. And let's check out what niche.com has to say about Cornelius. Once again, we have an A+ overall grade, and we have quite a bit larger population than Davidson and Tega Cay. And we also have, let's get to the median household income, is a bit lower at $90,542. So if you're thinking about moving to the Cornelius area, be sure to check out the site and check out all of the reviews. All right, next we're going to jump into number 4, and that is Marvin. Now, Marvin on the map is the one that was furthest away from a lake and still really not that far at all. Very quick and easy drive to Lake Wylie. Marvin is practically right on the North Carolina-South Carolina border. And it's not a very large city. It's just kind of a small section of a city. So I wouldn't say there's very many things specifically to do in Marvin. They do have Marvin Efford Park, which you can enjoy there. But essentially, when you look up the top things to do in Marvin, they're bringing up things that are not necessarily in Marvin. So you do have to go outside of the area to find like things to do specifically, but you're not far away from the Big Rock Nature Preserve, Forbidden and Forgotten, the Waxhaw Ghost Tour, which sounds really cool, and the Carolina Thread Trail, as well as this High Seas Miniature Golf, which looks like a ton of fun. So definitely check that out. If you want to live in a place where there's like tons of things to do really close by, Marvin might not be your place because you do have to travel just a bit outside of the town to find things. Let's go ahead and check out our real estate stats for Marvin so you can see what we're looking at here. Now, as you can tell, Marvin is going to be a lot higher priced. It's going to be a lot more affluent population that lives there. This is the highest median sales price we saw on our list. So $869,000, which is an increase of 24.2% over 12 months ago, is the median sale price in Marvin. Let's go ahead and check out what the median household income is in Marvin. So I'm just going to scroll past this, and real quick, just to let you know, it is a small town. 6,553 is the population. And again, that is going to be just a small section. I wouldn't even call it like a city necessarily. It's just a small section, a small town. All right, so if we go down to median household income, we're going to see $206,469. When the national median income is $62,000, that really brings it into perspective that is a pretty high affluent community that's living there. All right, so that is number 4. Let's jump to the last one, number 5, which is Riverview. Now, Riverview is essentially in Fort Mill. You don't necessarily hear a lot of people say they live in Riverview. Most likely they would say Fort Mill, but Riverview is just a small little section of Fort Mill. So let's go ahead and take a look there. Again, because it is a small town, we're not going to see a ton of necessarily like activities or things to do in Riverview specifically. So let's pull over the little things to do thing. And again, they're pointing out that zip line canopy tour, which is right in Rock Hill, not far at all. and is something, if you love zip lining, you should definitely check that out. And then really not a lot they're pointing out that you would just like the must-see things that you have to do in Riverview. So it's again going to be one of those small towns. So let's take a look at what the stats are. And actually, they're not even going to pull Riverview in here. Let me see. Nope. So we're going to look up Fort Mill because that's where Riverview is. And Fort Mill as a whole is a lot bigger of a city. They have a median a median sale price in December 2021 of $391,000, an increase of 16.3%. And then let's check out what niche.com had to say about Riverview. Again, this is a teeny tiny section of Fort Mill, 1,112, and the median household income, $110,500. All right, there you have it, the top 5 suburbs of Charlotte based on niche.com. If you have any questions about any of these suburbs or any of the other ones on the list that we didn't quite get to in this video, be sure to leave a comment or you can reach out to me directly. My number's on the screen for you. If you have a neighborhood you'd like to see featured in an upcoming video, be sure to leave a comment below. I would love to help you start your journey to Charlotte. Thanks for watching. Bye.